When I reach 1000 subscribers I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card away. To enter, like, subscribe and leave a comment below. Posted by u/rt_Elmster. Edie and his trash girlfriend steal my boyfriend's house because he didn't even want it. This is a very long one and I'm not entirely sure it fits here, so let me know. Also very entertaining and satisfying, worth the read emo. TL. Doctor at bottom. No excuses for bad grammar/formatting. Rcast. Me. Obvious. BF. My boyfriend. Owner of the house. BD. Boyfriend's dad. He isn't in the story, but is referenced a few times. Purchased the house for us. ED. Entitled dad. TG. His trash girlfriend. Cop. The best police officer ever. Fucking incredible guy. Went out of his way to help with our case from beginning to end. Shout out to Officer Parker. Backstory. BD came into some fortune about half a year ago and bought a house for me, and BD and BF wanted me very involved in the process, as I have dealt heavily with real estate in the past, so I recommended costs, neighborhoods, specific houses to look at, etc. We settled on a beautiful 3-bedroom 2-bath. A while ago, BF sublet a bedroom in our house for only $300 a month to two of his very good, or so he thought, friends, a man aged 30, Ed, and a woman aged 21, TG. I hated them, and had heard terrible things about both of them. They were very rude and entitled, and also both have disgusting criminal records, especially the man. But whatever, I absolutely do not blame BF for trying to be a good friend. Maybe I had misunderstood these people, and I was willing to give them a chance. Also important to note, that ED had 3 kids with a woman. That is not TG, but lost them due to several charges of both child abuse and domestic abuse, trespassing, etc. It took maybe a week before ED and TG started getting very entitled. Never cleaned a single thing. Left huge messes everywhere, smoked pot 24/7 in the house, constantly let their cat out on accident, and blamed us for setting it free on purpose. Never paid a single dime of rent in their 3 months there. Also didn't mow the lawn/clear snow from sidewalks, even though they agreed to in the lease. Ed quit his job as an excuse to not pay rent. TG never had a job because she is too pretty to work. About a month later, they started treating me and BF like shit. They let his cats outside and lost them on purpose. Threw all our shit on the floor on the garage and into his old dirty ass farm truck, which hadn't been used for months, as the farm had been sold, changed the locks, and locked us out of the house, etc. They were served with multiple notices and eviction, and left after a lot of effort and heated debate. Once we had noticed they left, BF had asked me to change the locks immediately and move our stuff back in while he was at work. The next day, Ed and TG came back and set up camp while we were gone, as we hadn't moved all our furniture yet and we are still staying elsewhere. They had only a blow-up mattress, a couple suitcases, and some laundry in the washing machine, in an effort to make it seem like they had never actually left. They ripped the new locks out and changed them once again and threw all our stuff back into the garage, damaging multiple high-cost items. We talked with Cop and his partner, and they agreed that once an evicted tenant leaves, they can be charged for trespassing/breaking and entering if they return, even if they still have a key. So, we went to the house, and they were still there. We broke in through a window in the garage and at first calmly asked Ed and TG to leave. This was a few months ago, and was very heated, so I don't remember perfectly, but this was the gist of it. BF, you were served with eviction, and chose to leave. You cannot come back now. We will call the police, unless you pack up and leave now. This is your last warning. ED, no, we don't have to leave. This is our house. We are renting from you, and have every right to be here. My kids are coming to live with me. We are going to start a new life here. I won them in a custody battle. Side note, there was no custody battle, obviously. BF, I don't care. You already left, and you were served with eviction. We went to court. Even if you weren't, I never said your kids could live here. The other 2 rooms are ours. Me, you don't even have your kids. We know that is a lie. No court would give you custody over them when you have no job or residence. Yes, I was a bit of a bitch. This eviction had been going on for months, and I was sick of it. TG, to BF, you didn't even want this house. BD only bought it for you because you're fucking spoiled and this dumb bitch wanted it. Just let us live here. We walked outside and called the cops. They came immediately as it was a slow Saturday. They went inside and started assessing the situation. ED and TG were obviously scared shitless as they were both on probation and in possession of numerous drugs that are illegal in our state. Cops looked around and it was obvious to them that ED and TG had moved and only come back to be arseholes. The following conversation is edited a bit as ED kept interrupting the cops, so I'm leaving out a few of the things he said so that it can actually be readable. Cop: so, you were evicted. You left and the owner changed the locks and moved his property back in, correct? ED: no, I didn't change the locks. I just took his off and put our old ones back on. Cop: so you did change the locks? ED: well, yes, but not really because. Cop: yes or no, you changed the locks? ED: technically, but. Cop: yes or no, only. ED, looking increasingly nervous: yes. Cop: clearly you moved out. I have all of the paperwork for notices and evictions served to you. You have no right to be here now. Pack up your shit and leave. ED: we didn't move out. We just removed all our stuff and took it to a storage unit. They don't even need the house. BF didn't even fucking want it. That dumb cunt, me, did. I have 3 kids. They will be homeless now. Cop: no, you do not. I know your record. Grab your shit and leave now. ED starts screaming, getting in the cops' faces, and making violent hand motions. I'm leaving a few bits of text out here, as it was just pointless and mostly incoherent yelling from addition. The cops had had enough. Cop: get your shit and leave now. ED: no. The court hasn't ruled on it yet. We don't have to leave. True, the court hadn't ruled on it yet, but in our state, if a tenant served with eviction leaves, they cannot come back, even without a court order. Cop: I know the case. I know the law. Leave or. ED: no. I know my rights. My kids need this house. Cop: shut up now. If you say one more word, I can and will arrest you for trespassing and breaking and entering. Get your shit and leave now. ED, silent for a moment. How long do I have? I expected the cop to say an hour, a day, something lenient, even though they had been assholes and were breaking the law. What he said next was very satisfying. Cop: 5 minutes. Get your shit and leave right now, or I will arrest you. So, ED and TG begrudgingly packed up. Just before they left, cop told them that if they ever set foot near the property again, BF and I had grounds to have them arrested and charged with multiple felonies. Cops, BF and I were talking and shooting the shit for a bit before him and his partner left as well. Later, the court ruled on our case. We won, and Ed would have to pay $1,000 to even attempt to appeal. We also found out that they stole many of our items, including very important legal documents for the house, and they were never returned to us. Ed and TG disappeared, so despite their very best efforts, the cops couldn't retrieve the items either. We are paying out the ass to replace these items and documents. This was many months ago, and we are still recovering from it and repairing the house. Sorry for such a long story, but I really appreciate the place to rant. TL. DR. ED and his trash girlfriend rent a bedroom in me and BF's house. They never pay rent and trash the place. The cops come. ED argues that the house is theirs and they deserve it because his kids, that he doesn't even have custody of, will be homeless. Cops throw them out with threat of arrest. Edit: thank you to the kind anonymous redditor who gave me a gold. Edit 2: thank you for the silver as well. Posted by u/h0l5. EM wants me to donate her child my blood. I'm not even the right type. This is the second encounter I have ever had with an EM. There isn't a lot of context to give, so basically, I was at the doctor after getting a virus that was gone. And the day before I got a blood test. The day after, my friend who worked at the same place I went to for checkups told me how they hadn't got enough O group blood for a while, and he said he was glad people were donating. Everything helped, bet he really wanted O group blood. I decided to donate blood, even though I'm not in the O group. This is where the story starts, so let's get to the characters. Emmy equals Emmy. DOCTOR equals D. Entitled hell spawn literally made from the depths of HELL equals EM. Shy but nice KID equals NK. Medical STAFF equals MS. Police OFFICERS equals P1 and P2. I was walking to the building over from my doctor's office, since one building was for stuff like ear infections, viruses, or colds, and the other one was a lab to see why that stuff was wrong with you. Pretty cool. Then attached to the lab is a blood donation center. Not sure what company it was, but it was at the end of the hallway after all of the patient rooms. Everything is fine while walking, until out of nowhere, almost as if appeared out of dust, Em is right in front of me with her kid. I'm not looking, and somewhat bump into her kid, who stumbles a bit, but doesn't fall, and just says sorry. The following conversation ensues. EM, gasp, oh my god, my baby, are you okay? NK kind of annoyed says, yeah, I'm fine. EM, oh, we must get you to the doctor quickly now, you could have injured something else badly. EM flips me off with a smug face and says in front of her kid, fuck off. I'm pissed, but throughout time I have learned the best way to get through a situation isn't to get mad or try and get revenge. I know shit's about to go down when I see her walking into the same building as I am. I kind of wait a minute before walking again, so she doesn't get pissed that I'm going the same place she is. After an amount of time passes, I walk in and get my name, and then the earth must have not liked me that day, because there was only one seat, with NK already in a seat beside it. I go to sit down in the seat, and EM sees while getting her kid scheduled. She stares at me with a death glance, and then once she's done, she rushes over like damn Earl Dever Oaks. Cloudy and her chance of meatballs police officer picks my arm up and rips me out of the seat. The following conversation ensues. Me, what the fuck? Somewhat loudly. EM, gasp. These gasps were so fucking annoying. You from earlier. You don't deserve. So sit here from what you did to my baby. Also, we're mom and son, so you don't deserve to sit here. Me, whatever, lady. NK, sorry my mom's doing this. EM starts down talking her child from saying that, and as soon as she does I'm called into the room, which was quite a ways away from everything else. Everything went well, and right as the needle was inserted, I hear Em and Ek in the room down the hall screaming, "What do you mean you don't have any blood? No one has donated." Apparently NK needed to have a blood transfusion. Don't ask me why. MS from other room, no, not recently. We can give you plasma and saline, or search to see if we have matching blood, but I'm 99% sure we don't. Nurse from my room starts laughing. Guess she knew who manuscript from other room was. EM, I will force you or someone to give my child blood. MS, no way. If you continue to talk like that I will kick you out. EM's voice gets louder as she leaves the room. As EM leaves the room, she looks down at the donation center and sees me. Don't be shitty and ask how she could see me. The rooms are right there after you walk in, and sometimes people just forgot to close the door. Manuscript is following Em trying to get her out of the building, and she points at me and other manuscript in my room. EM, you liar. He's donating blood. Give my child his blood. I saw MS and realized he was actually my buddy. Didn't recognize him earlier. He immediately said, "No ma'am, sure, he's donating blood, but we'd have to wait for him to be done and make sure you are a match. We weren't, as NK told me later." EM then goes fucking insane and runs into the room, unhooks the bag and tears out the IV, which hurt like hell. It ended up ripping of about an inch of skin in a line, and she ran off with my damn blood. MS in room. Call the cops now. MS in room. Right. MS goes for the phone, and manuscript in other room chases after her, as well as some other manuscript that were security. Luckily the police station was right near the doctor's, so it only took about a minute to get there. If you drive down to the right of the doctor's office and go 2 blocks, the PD is right there. P1 pulls up and says, "Ma'am, right now you are being detained. Please do not resist." P2 goes to grab her and handcuff her, but before he can cuff her she bolts off and drops the blood bag. She continually does this until P1, which I don't think he should have done, but from where I was born this is not common behavior. Tases her. I know. Tases. She is on the ground and P2 goes up to put her in handcuffs and put her in the car. The bag, which somehow did not pop, recovered by MS. I never figured out if the blood was able to be used or not, but I hope it was. EM is put into the cop car, and the rest was told by NK, which we have grown friends. NK told me her mom was also getting divorced, and says that M got charged for assaulting me, fleeing police arrest, disorderly conduct and disturbing the peace. I have heard she may be getting charged for more, but that's all I know for now. Edit. I texted NK, and he thought she was on drugs, because she was a drug addict who never came clean. He also told me she has a history of mental illness. Edit 2. This happened 3 years ago. I'm from a different country and just moved to America, and do not speak perfect English. If my post sounds fucked up medically, it's because I'm not a freaking computer, and can't perfectly recall what happened. If my post sounds like shit grammar, sorry, English isn't my first language. I'm sorry if something sounds stupid and not real, but I kind of want to stop doing these edits, so if you have questions, please look at my replies to comment questions. Edit 3. I redid the post from your guys' replies to the best I can. Hope it sounds better and makes more sense. I found out and researched a bunch about the place and fixed what I have forgotten. I have talked with Manuscript Buddy and more friends that have gone there, and those who were there that day. If my post is still messed up, please tell me. When I reach 1000 subscribers, I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card away. To enter, like, subscribe and leave a comment below.